So I'm going to wait a few minutes, 12 o'clock right on the spot, Eastern time, of course, just like I mentioned. All right, let's see who joins. Anybody that is joining, please let me know where you are connecting from, okay? Make sure the lighting, everything is good. It's all good, just waiting. I am going to talk about the ego and why the ego is not a bad thing, okay? You heard me correct, but I'm still going to wait for some people here. I'm going to wait a few moments. There's one. Hello, how are you? Nice to have you on board. Thank you for being here. Just started the live, so I'm expecting more people to jump on board. So thank you for being here. Awesome. Thank you for joining. Hi to you as well. More people, more people. Hello from Cleveland, Ohio. Slovenia's in the house. Awesome. Thank you for being here, my friend. Always a pleasure. 21 people so far. Wow, that was a quick jump. More and more and more are going to come in. Hello from Yorkshire, England. Awesome. Tell me more. I'm going to wait a little bit longer, just a few seconds. Hello, thank you for your work. I'm from Northern California. Thank you. Awesome. Thank you for being here. I am going to talk about the ego, okay, and why it's not a bad thing. But let's get some likes here. The more likes we get, the more of a feeding frenzy we're going to create here. Hello there. From Lapland, Finland. Thank you for being here. Awesome. All right, so what I was going to talk about, and I'm going to come back, of course, and speak. Windsor, Ontario, Sarah Thanasia, thank you for being here. Love and light to you as well. Thank you for connecting. Like I said, the more likes we get, the more of a feeding frenzy we're going to create here. All right, so let's get to the juicy part. And, you know, whoever jumps on board will jump on board, and I can always go back and speak to them, of course. So, the ego. Why is the ego not a bad thing? Okay. Now, howdy, my friend. Appreciate you. I appreciate you as well. Thank you for being here. Jacqueline, is it? Thank you. So, I'm sure all of us, and you've heard as well about, you know, a lot of spiritual masters and whatnot. They speak about the ego and they actually villainize it. They make it look like a villain, right? And while though they are correct in so many ways, okay, they're missing one simple point, and I'm going to tell you what the point is. All right, your ego is actually needed. It's a tool. Okay, it is needed in this physical reality in order for you. Hello from Italy. Thank you. Yes, I'm going to come right back to all of you wonderful folks here. Okay, the ego is actually needed in order for you to experience this 3D reality. Okay, remember, when we came here, we came from source. We all came from the same spot. So, as source, or as part of source, what is really happening? What's happening is you are united with everything, right? And as a result, you're kind of, you know, a mixed soup. What do I mean by that? You don't have an individuality, all right? So what does this mean? This means that for us to experience and to learn and to grow and to expand, because remember, when you break away, you're part of source, but when you leave, let's say, source, which you're really not, you're always connected, you can create your own realities. You are a creator, just like source, right? So in order for you to create, in order for you to expand, in order for you to grow, okay, as that individual, you know, part of source, what do you need to do? You need to find an identity, right? You need to know who you are, that little ray, okay? As a result, you come down to this physical reality and you have what we call the ego. The ego is a tool, okay? It is necessary for you to experience resistance, okay? Why? Because with resistance, you grow. With resistance, you expand, right? Without it, you wouldn't be able to grow. You wouldn't be able to expand. It's very, very simple. It's not complicated. Now, the ego can become a problem when? The ego can become a problem when we simply disconnect, okay, and we just simply listen to the ego. Greetings from Black Forest, Germany. Thank you. Yes, I'm going to come right back to all of you. Holland is in the house. Yes, some wonderful people are here. A lot of my members I see are here as well. So I'm going to go back and respond to all of you accordingly. Members first, I'm going to respond to, of course, you guys are wonderful. Thank you for supporting the channel, of course, and you always have priority. Not that everybody else is not important. That's not what I'm saying. I love you all. It's just, it's an exchange of energy. So, as I was saying, the ego is a tool, and it can become a problem when you simply just listen to the ego and you disconnect from your true source or your true being. Okay? But if you actually find a way to to work together with your ego, and how is this possible, you're going to tell me? Simply by acknowledging, okay, what your ego is telling you, and simply, accepting what your ego is telling you, then you grow, you expand, right? And at the same time, you're connected with who you really are, because the important thing is for you not to disconnect, right? Not that you're ever disconnected, because you can't really be fully disconnected, but you can always, stop listening to what your higher self is telling you. And that is a big problem, actually, when we disconnect and we stop listening to what is happening. So when you understand that your ego is a tool, then you can use it to your advantage, right? You can use it to help better your life in this physical reality. You can help it, you can make it help other people's lives better, right? So, for example, if you didn't have an ego, you wouldn't really care where you live, what you're driving, how to manifest things, what you're eating, right? So these are the things that you actually need to survive in this physical 3D reality. Can you imagine if you didn't have a house? Thank you from Kiev. Thank you for being here, right? Where would you live, right? So it's the ego that actually created all these things: houses, cars, connections with other people. So your ego is a tool. You know what I'm getting at. Just don't let it override you, and don't become a tool to the tool, if you know what I'm saying. That is when the issue happens. You never emailed. I'm not sure if I got your email, my friend. Maybe it went to the junk mail. I do get a lot of emails throughout the whole process here. So I'm going to go back and see if you, who's here and where everybody's connecting from. And I'm going to go back and also talk about the ego a little more. So if you have any questions, of course, related to the ego, or if you have anything else that you might ask, this is what this live stream is about. It's about connecting. So it doesn't necessarily have to be about this topic. It can just be about connection in general. So whatever it is that you want. Hi, how are you doing? Thank you. Hi, hello from Cleveland. We mentioned that. Hello from Slovenia. Hello from Yorkshire, England. Hello, thank you for your work. I'm from Northern California. Thank you. Awesome. Yes, I see a few of my members, like I said here. I love it. Hello there from Lapland, Finland. Yes. I follow your techniques, and I made $60 in a day. That's phenomenal. $60 for a lot of people is a lot of money. And that's just the icing on the cake. That, my friend, is just the beginning. Okay? Because we are truly limitless. Sarah, of course, from Windsor, Ontario. Thank you for connecting. Jacqueline, of course. Howdy, friend. I appreciate you. I appreciate you as well. What is your favorite racial slur? I'm not sure what that's supposed to mean. Everybody's all connected, my friend. We're all one. Remember that. Okay, you always have a juicy part for us. Yes, I always do have a juicy part. And in this case, the juicy part is what? The ego, of course, is not your enemy. It's not a problem. As long as you understand on how to use it properly, and as long as you understand that the ego is actually a tool, okay, then you're not going to have any issues. But I don't necessarily agree with totally trying to, get rid of the ego. some masters or spiritual teachers that talk about getting rid of the ego. I don't agree with that. And the reason for it is because you need it here in this physical reality in order for you to expand, grow, okay? The ego is not a mistake. It's there for a reason. The reason is it's a tool, okay? Hello from Italy, thank you. Greetings from South Africa. Hello from Holland. A bit late. No, actually, you are not late, my friend. You are right on time. So thank you for being here. Greetings from Black Forest, Germany, of course. I love that. Hello from Baltimore. All right. Baltimore's in the house. I love it. Hello to you as well. Hello from Kiev, of course. Hope you guys are doing very, very well over there. Can I borrow 40? Right. Ask the universe. And if you're smart about the way you ask, then you don't need to borrow money. The universe is more than grateful and helpful if you just connect. Greetings from Vietnam. You never emailed. I think I just mentioned that. Zen Smith. Maybe it went to the junk mail. I'm not sure. I'm going to check it out, okay? On multiple manifestations. All right, so that's what it was. On multiple manifestations. All right, so I'm going to touch briefly on it. So in order for you to do multiple manifestations, just like you said, okay, you always need, okay, and I'm saying need because really you need to connect with that energy, right? You always need to see and feel your desired reality as if it's already here now in the present moment, okay? And if I were you, I would also drop the word to manifest, even though we use that very, very common, word. What it really means when we use the word to manifest something, okay, means that we don't have it now. And that's a big problem because, again, the universe only operates in the present moment. Who you really are operates in the present moment. So when we use words as to manifest, what are we really saying? We're saying that we don't have it, right? And in a universe where everything operates in the present moment, you do have it. It is there, okay? It's in a dimension where you have to bring it to this dimension. But that doesn't mean it's not there. It's there. This is the way you got to look at it, and this is how you're going to bring it into your current reality, okay? If it is multiple manifestations, the same thing applies. I would focus on one at a time, okay? Again, manifestation, quote unquote. Why? Because simply when you focus on one specific thing, right, you are projecting maximum of your attention. So meaning your focus is lasered, and as it is lasered, you're bringing more people, or you're bringing more energy to it, I should say. And as you're bringing more energy, then it becomes quicker, all right? Ciao. Okay. Medioso de Grazia from Italia. Thank you for being here, my friend. Connie, how are you from wonderful Belgium? Always a pleasure. Thank you for always connecting, and thank you for your beautiful comments and your beautiful energy, and of course for your support on this beautiful channel. You told me last week to email you, and I did. Okay, Zen, I'm going to check it out, but I did touch on it briefly right now, okay? You got to keep in mind, I do get a lot, and I'm saying a lot, of emails from all over the place, okay? Because it's not just here on YouTube. I also have, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook. So I do get bombarded with emails from all over, all those different platforms, right? Hello, Slovenia's in the house. Thank you for being here. Okay, saludos. Mexico, thank you for being here. The Seeker, I have found you in the right time. I'm into my inner alignment, inner journey. Then I found you. So nothing happens by accident, okay? I'm going to say that again. Nothing happens by accident. So what does this basically mean? It means that the universe always has, okay, the proper time for you to connect with whatever it is in that specific moment to connect with. So I didn't just appear by accident, you actually made it appear, right? Because you are the one creating your reality. So in reality, you put it out there and I showed up. That's the way it works. Ciao from Venice, Italy. Oh, Venice, Italy. I'm gonna come and visit you. Sarah, are you planning to offer mentorship or private meetings? Yes, beautiful, beautiful question. I do plan, and yes, if anybody does want to have a private meeting with me or a mentorship, we can do it via Zoom meeting, of course. And again, like I've said before, it is by donation only. I'm not charging for any of this, and part of the proceeds go to an orphanage that is dear to me. So yes, I do one-on-ones, if you want to call it that, or private meetings, and I don't charge for them. They're on a donation basis. Okay, so thank you for asking that, Sarah. Appreciate you. Companies, I'm not sure. We have to be in silence to hear our highest self. When I'm totally plugged into noise, no guidance comes through. Totally, yes, you're totally correct, Jacqueline. And the reason for this is because, again, our mind, okay, cannot focus when we have so many distractions around us, right? Our mind goes everywhere. So what you really want to do is you want to go in silence, right? And I prefer not just silence, but I prefer even, to become totally still. And when I say still, I mean don't even move. When I practice that, when I do it, I don't move a muscle. I just stay as still as possible. And even though stillness, we talk about being still on the inside, it works both ways. You have to be still on the outside as well for maximum results. Thank you for that. Uganda says hello. Thank you for being here. Vancouver's in the house. Awesome. Chechnya's in the house. Awesome. Ego is the false personality of mine. How on earth could this be not bad? So like I said, because ego is a tool, okay? And as long as you don't become a tool of the tool, then you're fine. Ego is not a mistake. We came here to grow and expand. If you didn't have ego, how are you going to grow? How are you going to expand? How are you going to feel resistance? Keep in mind, how does your muscle grow? Think about it. With resistance, right? So the same thing applies here. In order for your soul to grow and expand, it needs the ego to create resistance. Okay? So the ego is not a bad thing. It is a tool, as long as you don't let it take over. That's what I'm saying. Spiritual Senior, okay, greetings, beautiful souls from across the pond, but under the same skies. You are awesome. Thank you for being here. Hello from Seoul is in the house. South Africa, Johannesburg. Very, very good. Ego is the false prophet. Yes, I already mentioned that. All right. Hello from Germany. Vivo, I can't translate it right now. When someone have bad luck day after day, I always threw, this is the downside, the ego. Is it wrong to say? No, it's not wrong to say, actually. Okay. Like I said, the ego is there to produce resistance. The ego is there to help us grow and expand. All right. It becomes bad when we are run totally by the ego. That's when it becomes a problem. Okay. So when you hear about different ways to connect with who you really are and all that, that's awesome. It really, really is, because it gives you a break from the ego, right? Because sometimes we do get a little carried away from it. So it's not a bad thing at all. No, what you just said. Brazil is in the house. Bronx, New York, Puerto Rico. Thank you. London is in the house. Synchronically. Thank you. Yes. Hello, how to attract specific person, please? I mean contact. Thank you. So there's multiple ways you can do it. If you have a specific person in mind, okay, then you simply imagine them in front of you. And as you imagine them in front of you, then you can directly send them a telepathic message. I've done a video on this as well. Basically, you would see this message leaving your, from the middle of your forehead into their forehead, and just, you would send them a short image and you see it penetrating their head, right? It's got to be short, it's got to be positive. In your case, you want them to contact you, so you just tell them, hey, get a hold of me, or call me, or message me, whatever feels comfortable to you. Or there's another way that you can simply visualize them and see them already being in contact with you. You can do that as well. They say that your body does not move. It's your consciousness that creates the illusion of movement. What do you think? So everything around us actually moves. All right? So what do I mean by that? Your body is energy. Just like everything else around us is energy. If you zoom in to your body right now, take your hand, and let's say you have the most powerful microscopes to zoom right in. You're going to go beyond the atomic level, right? And you're going to go zoom right in. You're going to find that what you're actually seeing is energy. And the energy that you see is moving. It's constantly moving. So your body does move actually on every level, okay? Your consciousness is the one that registers it. Thank you so much. Thank you for that, B. Thank you. Your consciousness is what's registering it, but your body is always in movement. Everything does move. We never stop still. Hello, sir. Thank you. All right. Thank you very much for your answer. Mentorships are great. Thank you, Sarah. Yes, mentorships are great, and I appreciate you. Hello from Appledom. Okay. India's in the house again. India's in the house. That's very, very good. Ocean. Hi, I'm 22-year-old dude from Japan. Thank you for being here. Yasuke Sena, Yorgos. How are you? Blonde Aki, thank you so much, so very, very much for your donation here. I'm going to even love that. I truly, truly appreciate you. How to stop leaving yourself. Thank you. How to stop leaving yourself. So if I'm reading it correctly, you can never really leave yourself, okay? Because yourself is already here. What is happening is we disconnect temporarily, okay? And the way we disconnect is because we just allow, things coming into our way, okay? When we stand still, when we disconnect from what is happening around us and we look within, okay, then yourself is always there. You can never disconnect from it. And then you just listen to that small voice, okay? My ego always kills everything. Well, that's what I'm saying about the ego. If you become a tool of the tool, then yes, it will pretty much destroy everything you got, right? If you allow it to take control. The issue is not the ego. The issue is what you, or all of us, are doing with the ego. Are we accepting it for what it is and see it as a tool, or are we becoming a tool of the tool? All right, Ocean. Gratitude from India. Namaste. Thank you so much. Can you tell me how to stop self-sabotaging? And I would like you to tell me why we do self-sabotaging. So I guess, again, self-sabotaging is a way that we have discovered, believe it or not, to grow and expand, okay? We create resistance. It's kind of like inherited in our genes to self-sabotage. But the good thing about it is you have to become aware of it. And when you become aware of it, right, then what happens is you don't participate in it. So in your case, it's actually very, very good here because you've already become aware of it. You've already stated how to stop self-sabotage. Thank you for your answer. Thank you as well. So just the fact that you put it out there, you have become aware of it. And that awareness alone will make a huge difference. Okay? Hello from Helsinki, Finland. Thank you for being here. And my friend from Turkey, hello. The ego will always be with us until our last moment. It's impossible to destroy. It is simply doing its job. Yes, it's trying to protect us. We can only observe what it does. 100%. So just by this, okay, you've clearly understood that the ego is a tool, like I've said. And anybody that tells you, it doesn't matter what spiritual master you hear, okay, or teacher, anybody that tells you that they've completely dissolved the ego, it's not true. You can never dissolve the ego. You can disconnect from it temporarily. You can observe it, you can see it, what it's doing, but you can never destroy it. Unless you became, a vegetable somehow. You had an accident or whatever and, you're not connected. But even then, at your deepest level, your ego is still somewhere crawling in there. So you can never really get rid of your ego, okay? But you can use it wisely as a tool, right? And observe it. And that's a beautiful comment, actually, because yes, you've clearly understood what the ego really is here to do. It's possible that without the ego, it's almost impossible for a light being to learn. Otherwise, it's just a pawn to the energy. Yes, exactly. You're right. Kelvin, is it? Yes. You cannot learn. You cannot grow if you don't have ego. It's plain and simple. Ego is there to create resistance within you. Just like, in order to grow a muscle, if you want to grow beyond what it is, you need weights, right? Or you need to visualize the fact that you're doing weights. I've done a video on that as well. But the key is you need resistance. So when you do resistance, your muscle grows. The same thing happens here. The ego is there to provide resistance, so it's doing its job, and your soul grows. It expands because of that resistance. So it's actually a wonderful tool to have. Can you imagine if you were just love and light constantly, no expansion? How boring would that be? It's not by accident that you're here, or I'm here, or all of us. We're all here for that reason, to grow and expand. Hello from Arkansas. Thank you for being here. Any easy techniques for inner union? So, all the techniques that I do describe actually point to that direction, and they also point in, becoming the most unlimited version of yourself, because you truly are unlimited. In order to have inner union, again, you need to focus where? On your body, not just inside of your body, but on your whole body right now. Try it right now. Take your attention from whatever you are doing and focus it here on your body. Pick a spot, doesn't matter. Because as you pick that spot, it's going to naturally expand to the rest of your body regardless. So, put your focus there. Leave it there for a few seconds. You're going to find something that's going to happen. Just by you focusing on yourself, on your body, you're going to feel maybe even goosebumps. Your hair is going to, go up a little bit, or you're going to feel some kind of a sensation, vibration, something, tingling, right? Maybe some heat. What does this mean? It means that energy now is moving within your body. It's expanding. And you know why it's expanding? Because you just simply put your focus on it. So, in order to actually connect, like you said, that inner union, you need to first focus on it. Because again, your body is part of who you are. It is, right? It's a part of you. So you focus on it and it creates that inner union as well. Arkansas, thank you for being here. How's the weather down there these days? Thank you for your answer. Is awareness itself fixes self-sabotaging? Yes. Awareness itself, just the fact, just like you said, right, becoming aware of you self-sabotaging yourself is going to help you identify what ways you are self-sabotaging yourself, right? And as you identify them, then you break free from them. You don't have to do this constant self-sabotage because now you're aware of it. It's like, why did I do this in this particular scenario, right? Now I don't have to do this. I'm pulling away. So you see, awareness is actually the key to everything. Hi to you as well, my friend. Hello, hello, hello. All right. I wondered that why we say is an uncomfortable state, and I even think that people might feel comfortable when they are in uncomfortable states. Why? That's a good question, but most people actually prefer to be in, or not most people, some people prefer to be in uncomfortable states. Why is that? Because again, they grow and expand. For example, myself, I don't mind being challenged by circumstances that make me feel uncomfortable. Why is that? Because I know because of this uncomfortable scenario that's unfolding in front of me, I'm learning something from it. I'm growing somewhere, somehow. I might not become aware of it at that particular moment, but I know that I'm expanding. So uncomfortable situations will help you expand. Beautiful sunny weather here today. Okay, we're talking about Arkansas. Beautiful. I love it. That's fantastic. Any other questions that you might have, please put them on here. Okay, let's get some more likes. The more likes we get, the more of a feeding frenzy. Like I said earlier, the ego, for any one of you that has, didn't jump on board here from the beginning, I was talking about the ego and why the ego is actually not a bad thing. Okay, the ego is actually a tool that we have when we come here in order to expand and grow. Okay, so even though we consider it to be bad in most spiritual traditions, it really isn't, as long as we don't let it override us. Okay, as long as we are aware of it, then it's not a bad thing. I see some more people jumped on board. I have some comments. Let's check it out. How can I heal my psyche? That's a beautiful question. Psyche is actually a Greek word, and it really means soul. Okay, or your psyche in this case. See and feel yourself as already being healed. Okay. Now, even the word to heal, I'm not really keen on, because again, we imply that there's something wrong with us. And I'm here to tell you that there's nothing wrong with you. Even your psyche or whatever it is that you are going through today, right now, it's there for a specific reason. So it's not anything that you need to heal. Just become present and aware of the present moment and see what kind of energies are floating around you, and your world will change. India's in the house. Awesome. Thank you very much for your answers. I'm about to practice a guitar. Good night. Awesome. Please do so, and make sure your guitar is tuned at 432 hertz, not 440. Okay? There's a reason why I'm saying that. A lot of instruments have been tuned, and a lot of music has been tuned to the 440 frequency in hertz. Change that to 432. Important, check your guitar. If you're not sure how to do it, there are tools that you can use to readjust it to 432 hertz. Very, very important what I'm talking about. Okay, and how to remove negative thoughts. I'm conscious they don't come from my authentic self. I feel awful doing it. So you don't need to remove negative thoughts. That's one thing that we actually fall into, I could say, a trap. We try to remove stuff. No, the idea here is this, okay? You don't want to remove anything. You don't want to stop anything. What you want to do is become the sky. Think of it. Think of yourself as becoming the sky, and every thought is a cloud, okay? So what do you want to do? You want to be that expansion. You want to be that sky, and you want to observe the clouds that are below you. You're giving them the room. So they come, they go, or they just, disappear. They break down. They break away. So you don't want to try to stop them. No, you just want to let them go. When we look at the weather outside, the planet is not trying to stop anything. No, it just, the sky is the room. The planet is the room for those clouds to move by. That's what you want to do. See them, observe them, let them go. But don't let yourself be carried away by them. Okay? Okay, let me see what my friend said down here. I'll come up to you. How to deal with betrayal of trust. Now that's a big one. And that's a very, very big issue for a lot of people. Okay? Betrayal of trust. What did you learn from it? Because I'm sure there was a key lesson there. Okay? So what do you do in that case? You bring awareness. Might sound simple. It is. The more aware you become of the situation, the more aware you become of your emotions that arise from this situation, the better the universe will guide you through it, or your higher self will guide you through it. What you're basically doing by creating awareness is you are shining a very bright light in a dark situation, in this case betrayal, right? So you shine the light on it and you simply observe and watch what happens. Okay? You need to bring awareness. Key. It is key. How to remove negative thoughts. Constantly they don't come from my... Okay, I think I did mention that, yes. How do you know when it's time to part with a partner? I've heard you keep attracting the same reflection, different skin suit. Yeah, so in order to do that, you need to change your vibration, your frequency. It's plain and simple. Let's say you did get rid of this person, okay? If you don't change your frequency, you're going to attract the same type of person, right? And it happens every single time. I've seen it happen over and over and over in so many different relationships, in so many different walks of life. And the reason for that is because you are exuding a certain frequency, certain vibration to the universe. It picks it up, okay? And it gives you the same. So the person that you're going to attract is going to be the same. Change yourself. How do you do it? Start feeling more positive emotions. Start doing things that actually help you or make you feel happy, I should say. Go for a walk by the water. Go for a walk out in the forest. Do things that make you happy. Celebrate. Be around friends that raise your frequency, that raise your vibration naturally. Okay? When you start doing things like this, you will naturally attract some different person in your life that is matching with the new frequency you are vibrating in right now. India, awesome. Just going down to see if I have any other members that have said anything. No, I don't see anyone. All right. How can we stop fears and manifest our desires? So, again, let's drop the word to manifest. because when we use the word to manifest, we are implying to the universe that we don't have what we want. And trust me, what you want is already here. Okay, so you just want to attract it in your reality. Okay, the other part of this, the fear part, just the fact that you are aware that you have fear is phenomenal. It's actually great, okay, because now you can overcome it. But we need to understand something again. Fear is a tool. In most cases, fear was created why? To protect us, to protect our physical body, right? From what? From dangers that might be occurring out there. But again, when we allow fear to take over, it puts a limit on us, right? Just like the ego, it's a tool, but when we let it take over, it puts limits on us. Fear is no different. It's another tool, okay? So the fact that you're aware of your fears, okay, if there's no real danger in them, then you can move on. All right? How do I know that I am aware? Did you write this? It's a question. The fact that you actually asked, how do I know that I'm aware? Really, what you're saying is you are aware, right? Because the fact that you know that you are here, that is awareness. The fact that you know that you exist, that is awareness. And the fact that you know that you are aware emphasizes it. It goes by, twice. And that is the key to what we call so-called awakening, right? To become aware that you are aware, right? When you become aware that you are aware, then you're looking at yourself from a different perspective. You're looking at yourself from the real you. So you're already there, my friend. Hola, saludos. Chile is in the house. Awesome. UK is in the house. Awesome. 432 always. Yes, that's good. If your guitar is at 432, that is awesome. Actually, all music, every instrument, if you're playing music, you should have it at 432. For whatever reason, the industry changed it to 440. I'm sure you've seen that before and you've heard of that before. I'm not saying this is a conspiracy theory, no. I'm just saying from a frequency point of view, the 440 doesn't make sense. Stick to 432. Okay. Hello, sir. Hi. I have to buy a new sofa today. Oh, I know somebody else that wants to buy a new sofa today as well. I broke my current one. Yeah. I know somebody that wants to toss their current one out. So that is awesome. Please bless me. Heal completely. So again, when we are looking for outside sources to give us some kind of power, this is when we lose ours. I'm not saying that I'm not going to send you positive energy. That's not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is you need to understand that you have the power to bless yourself right here, right now. You truly do. Okay? By focusing on yourself, just by simply putting your focus on your body right now, on yourself, your emotions. What is it that, you are doing right now? Just the fact that you are doing that, okay, will simply be a blessing to you. How is it a blessing? Because you're bringing energy to you. That is a blessing. All right. Is letting go or detachment necessary to attract our desires? So that's a beautiful, beautiful question. And the answer to that is it all depends, right? So what does it depend on? If you focus, for example, and you have laser focus on whatever it is that you desire, you will bring it, okay, because you are focusing to it. Now, the letting go, where is it important? When you simply are trying, let's say, to attract something, to bring something, and you are trying very, very hard, then it becomes resistance. That is what we mean by letting go. What you are letting go is not really what you want, it's the resistance. That's why we're saying let go of your desires, right? For example, and the universe will give you what it is. It's the resistance. You know, when we want something really, really bad, right? We'll do anything for it. Without realizing, we create this resistance, right? It's an energetic blockage, which means not only we're probably not going to have it, but also we're blocking other things that might be, coming our way, but we're just creating energetic blockages. So if you are at that point where you find yourself really obsessed with something, then letting go of it will work wonders. You know what I mean? What is your favorite Pokemon? I don't have one. Hello from Nevada. Awesome. Thank you for being here. Sir, I am able to manifest things that I accidentally daydream, think of at the speed of light. But when I come to specific things I desire, could you guide me how? So, again, it has to do what I mentioned earlier about resistance, right? Yours falls into the same category. The things that you don't really, when you're daydreaming of something, you create them really, really fast because there's no resistance to them. You have a focus on it, you daydream about it, it happens with no resistance. The other part is, again, you are feeling so, overwhelmed. Not overwhelmed, that's not the proper way. You're feeling as if you must have something. I need it now. That I need part is creating the resistance, and that's why you're not getting what it is that you want to get. So, my suggestion to you would be to use exactly what you're using when you're daydreaming, that no resistance. Do it the same way when you want to attract something. Just simply see it, feel it, and don't put any resistance. Can heal someone with autism? Lucky win. Again, we need to drop the words heal, okay? Because when we say the word to heal, we are implying that there's something wrong with somebody, okay? We need to understand that who they really are, okay, can never be sick from anything. This is our physical body, which is, again, energy, and energy can be manipulated. How? By simply focusing on what you want to see, okay? So when you see and feel your desired outcome, as if it's already here, it's done, right there, okay? Is manifesting a specific person right? And if yes, how can we do it? So I've mentioned this before. As long as when you are trying, let's say, to bring this person, if you have a specific person in mind, if you're trying to bring them to your life, as long as you're not breaking up another relationship that they might have, as long as you're not causing any problems, okay, then yes. But you need to play it out and see if there's anything that you are causing to be negative. Like, meaning if you're going to hurt somebody in the process, then I wouldn't go. What if during listening to extreme music in 440 I feel being healed and I love it? The music is a big part of my life and I'm manipulated, or by truth is different. In my world, it can be healing. So again, that's a very, very good point. If you feel that the 440 hertz is working wonders for you and you feel healed, then that is a direct message to you, okay, that your body is fine with it. And I wouldn't change a thing, okay? Then I would listen to the 440, you know what I mean? But when I say about the 432, I'm talking about in general, because most people don't have that experience. But by all means, if you feel great listening to 440, then by all means do it, okay? These are general ideas and not specific. Everybody is different, remember that. And everybody is vibrating at a different frequency, different vibration. So if 440 works for you, stay with it, all right? What do I do if my desires are bigger than my pockets? I would love to own a complex subdivision. Again, your desires, okay, or your pockets, like you put it there, are only limits that you have put upon yourself. Remember this. We have been conditioned from a very young age to put limits. So as long as you can break free from these limits, as long as you can see that you are bigger than them, okay, then literally you have no limit. All right. Can you share a technique here to anchor ourselves to the here and now? Yeah. Right now, stop what you're doing. Be still. Look around you. And become fully aware of what you see. Let's say you're looking at a window. Feel it. See it. Be present. Be present in the moment. What does this window look like? Look around you. Look around in the room. What is your body doing at the same time? Okay? When you become present, that's what we mean by becoming present. You're becoming awake. Awakening is just, it's a term that we use. Awakening really means what? You are awake to the present moment. That's all it really means. You are here now, meaning that your mind, your ego, if you want to call it that, is not carrying you around in other places. So, if you want to be here and now, you simply open your eyes and see what's going on around you. Smell the smell. Hear what's going on. Feel what's going on, right? Taste what's going on. Be fully aware and present. Use all the senses that you have to be here now. That is the superpower that you have. I wonder the same thing about awareness. Okay, I'm just going to go down and see. Here's some. I made my first live. Hi from New Zealand. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that. Virgo Star. Awesome. So you made your first live. I love it. How did it go for you? Virgo Star, hello to you, my friend. How did your live go? I'm just going down to see if my... All right. Back up. You guys are awesome. Lots of gratitude from India. Love and light to you. Thank you. I have a wonderful... That same thing for awareness. Yes, that's why I stopped. Lots of gratitude. Thank you, my friend. What do you think of Gnosticism? Okay, some call it evil or infotrucks, but it helped me seek truth and stay aligned with a logos, orthos. How do you see it? So again, whatever you feel connected to, whatever you feel that you need to listen to, okay, whatever comes your way and makes you feel good, and if you feel aligned to it, as long as you're not hurting somebody else, perfectly fine. It becomes a problem only if you're hurting others, okay, or if you're damaging somebody or something in any way. But if you are connected to it, by all means. Why you living? You're always alive. You never died. Your consciousness. Why do you live in a physical body? Is that what you mean? You're always alive. You are life itself. Your physical body is just an extension of who you are. All right? You're not living in your physical body. Your physical body is a tool that you use to experience this 3D reality. Thank you. I love that. Why some things manifest faster than others takes more time. Sometimes when I manifest, it's immediately, and others it takes a lot. Greetings from Temco, Mexico. That's a beautiful question, and it all comes down to resistance. All right? So the things that we are resisting without realizing take longer to manifest. The things that we put out there to the universe and we don't put any resistance towards them, those are the ones that are going to manifest quicker. Plain and simple. It all depends on what kind of energetic blockages you have towards stuff. Thank you so much for the answer. I'm grateful. Thank you as well. I was eating lunch with my daughter and finished my plate, but wished I had more. I came back from the bathroom and there was more. My daughter was on her phone and swears she did nothing shocking. That is remarkable. To me, what it really sounds like is you somehow jumped into a different reality, to a different dimension. And it can happen. And I've showed this on some of my videos as well. It can really, really happen. You can jump into a different timeline. And how does this happen? It happens when your feelings are so intense at that particular moment, okay, that you jump into a different timeline. And yes, even your daughter, okay, is not the same person you left behind. Do you know what I mean? You jumped into a timeline where your daughter is, but it's just, you just shifted into a parallel reality. Love is good or bad? How do you describe it? Do you say good? Do you say good or is it bad? Sorry I was late. No, you're not late. Thank you for being here. It's all over the screen. I'm sorry. What do you mean? If your special person is married, isn't there a parallel reality where he's available to be with you? Yes, but what happens is you are not bringing that person, okay, you are shifting timelines. You are jumping into that reality. So if you're jumping into that reality, then nobody gets hurt, right? It all depends on where you focus on. Sir, thank you for your answering my question regarding daydreaming manifestation just now. My question now is, are there exercises when I can practice not having resistance for things I want? Yes. Start by doing little focused exercises. Let's say focus on a friend calling you, right? Just put that out there. You want somebody that you know that you're in contact with, okay, to call you. So when you put that out there and you see this phone call coming in, consider it a victory, right? So put small focuses on small little things, and what you're doing is you're training yourself to have no resistance by doing that, by the way, and watch what happens. Right, I'm still going to go down. Fact. Nice to be here. I'm not going to be here very, very long, by the way. Sonic Sense, thank you so much for being here. Oh, you guys are awesome. And if one jumps to another reality, what happened to the people we leave behind? Will another me take my place? Yes, 100%. Another you takes their place, or takes your place in this case, okay? Always. They're not going to be left with no version of you, that's for sure. All right. How can I imagine that I'm healed when I see my illness in the mirror all the time, every time? I try to imagine that I'm healthy. All my attention goes to all the infirmities I have. So again, that is a big one, and that's why most people still remain in the condition they're in, right? It is very, very hard to see beyond illness, especially when you're feeling it, and I get it. But it is so important that you must see beyond it. You must connect with who you really are. And what do I mean that? The version of you that is healthy is already there. The version of you that you feel, okay, is there. The version of you right now, if you feel outside of your body, just leave your body out of the equation for a second and feel the connection that you have with who you are. That is you. That part of you can never be ill. That is the you that you need to connect with, okay? That you is in perfect health. It's hard to do, I get it, for somebody that's not in the mindset. You just need to change that mindset. Okay. Do affirmations in scripting and visualization really help in aligning with our desires? And get them in just what frequency do we practice them? So scripting is actually very, very important. When you write something, okay? Because what you are doing by writing something down is you are bringing the non-physical, okay, which was an idea, let's say, into the physical reality. This is why scripting, when you write something down, is very, very powerful. It is super powerful because, again, you're bringing the non-physical into the physical, and now it exists in this 3D world. Even though it's on paper, it is written in this 3D world. From there, when you focus on it, what you wrote, okay, it's going to be much, much easier to bring it into reality. All right. On that note, I'm not going to keep everybody very, very long. It's already been over an hour. Love and light to all. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all your wonderful comments. This video or this live will be posted even tomorrow. Actually, it's going to show up as a video. All right. So feel free to check it out. And until then, no matter what you do, be the greatest you. Love and light to all. Thank you for connecting. And remember, again, tomorrow there's another video besides this one that's going to be posted at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Again, videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 9 a.m. And Sunday, 12 p.m. Eastern Time, New York time, Toronto time. I go live. Okay. Thank you for connecting. Thank you for being here. And feel free to check out the video if you missed anything, because there will be a full video tomorrow. Bye for now. Thank you.